Hi guys, how are you? I just came back from the beach and I just decided to make a video. I wasn't kidding when I said I wanted to make videos more often. I look like a mess. I was just listening to Sarah Bareilles' new song, Brave, and I figured I had to make a video. Yes, the sun's setting, yes, my hair is a mess, but it's okay. I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be confident, and I'm gonna just make a video anyway. I just want to talk about how sometimes people, because of their values or because of, I don't know, their personality or how others perceive them, may be typed as being weak or not confident. And I just want to say, don't let anyone do that to you. I know that, for example, with the MBTI, certain Enneagram types or even just certain aspects of people's personalities might be typed as a weakness that those who have those traits might consider to be a strength. Or values. Like, I think that compassion and humility are like two of the biggest strengths possible. They develop an inner strength that, I mean, once you practice them, nobody can take away. But I know that some other people might perceive them to be weaknesses. I was watching a video, I think it was an INFP video, about how someone was saying how she tends to see multiple perspectives, and that can be considered a weakness. And I just want to say that, like, for example, that could be a strength. If you have beliefs in something, but you are able to see other people's perspectives, and you're able to validate their perspective, but then explain how your conclusion is different. I think that is one of the biggest strengths ever. But other people might see that as a weakness. I think that humility is like one such example of a value that can be considered to be a weakness, but is actually a strength. I think that being able to see your strengths and use them, humility is not just being stupid and not looking at your strengths. I think that humility is noting your strengths and using them for the good of others and yourself, and doing the best that you can, and then also acknowledging your weaknesses and working on them, and when necessary, maybe bringing in someone else who has that particular strength that you're weak at. So there's no weakness in acknowledging your weaknesses, but don't forget to acknowledge your strengths and to focus on those. Don't let others change who you are. Always be the one to, I guess, make your own path and get feedback from the outside world to make sure that you're on the right path. But if you believe that you're on the right path, stick to it until proven that there's a better direction to go in. That's my analogy. I don't know, I'm rambling. I think that there's a reason why we all have different strengths. So I think that humility is a huge strength that sometimes is overlooked in our society. I think that compassion is a strength that is often overlooked in our society. I think that being able to care about others is a huge strength. Because, I don't know, I think that compassion sometimes is viewed as an opposite to being brave, to courage. And I think that they go hand in hand. I think that sometimes being compassionate is the hugest courage that you can have. For example, this is one example that I don't know if people are gonna think, but you can let me know what you think. But for example, like, I've competed in martial arts. Oftentimes in martial arts, when you're sparring or practicing in the dojo and you're practicing with those who are in the same dojo, oftentimes the main value is to be careful with each other. It actually depends on which place you are practicing at, because some places they aren't that nice to each other, even in the same dojo. But in general, when people start competing, they tend to care less about the person that they are interacting with. So as soon as this artificial boundary gets put up, they tend to automatically care less about the other person's well-being and safety. And that's something that bothers me. I know it doesn't bother other people, and I think that sometimes the fact that it bothers me tends to be seen as a weakness, but I don't think it is. I think that knowing what is worth fighting for is a very important thing. And to me, for example, a competition is not something that's worth hurting someone else. And, whoa, I'm moving the camera. I pretty much just like refuse to not care about someone else who, if I met in any other setting, we would have had a bond that we both do martial arts. But once we're put in this artificial setting where we're competing against each other, like all of a sudden, it's okay to cheat, it's okay to harm them, like don't worry about it. Like I refuse to have that mentality, and I hope if I were actually in a really dangerous situation, my practicing what I consider to be trying to make the best judgments possible and sticking with my beliefs, I'm hoping that that would help me make the best choices that are necessary if I were actually in a frightening situation. I don't believe in harming others out of anger or out of competition. I believe in doing what's necessary to protect yourself and others, which sometimes involves self-defense, which could harm others. But I think that acknowledging your motives is a huge thing, and I know that some people will disagree with me that, hey, it's a competition, like who cares? But to me, and you can let me know what you think, but I think that sticking with your beliefs, even in those situations, I think that that can develop a strength and can prepare you for bigger life circumstances. And actually, you know what? If you harm someone in a competition and you injure them for the rest of their lives, that's a pretty big circumstance, I think. So, yeah, no throwing people on their heads and like hurting their backs for life. For me, I would try to avoid that, which I hope other people would too. But yeah, so I don't know where I'm going with this, but let me know what you think. I love this quote that I'm gonna see if I can find it and put it. I feel like I put it in a video already, but it talks about how the little things in life that we encounter that might seem like little things can be the stepping stones to helping us develop great courage, great merit, in ways that we would have never foreseen. I think that sticking with what you believe in and who you are in everything, I think that that's important. I think that people should follow their own path, and which doesn't mean like putting a blindfold on and being closed-minded and just saying, this is the way I do things and I'm not going to listen to you, because I think that is a weakness in itself. Always evaluating that you're on the right path, and if you evaluate that you are, sticking with that in pretty much everything and not being a hypocrite, or trying not to, not condoning it. I think that that's a huge thing. Sticking with your beliefs is a huge strength. There are so many things that our society sometimes misses and that we're just missing out by not valuing. Like, there are all of these things that I think that we just need to keep our eyes open and make sure that we are not considering ourselves weak and considering certain traits weaknesses that are actually strengths. So be brave, and I think that every person of every personality has strengths, and we all have weaknesses, but don't get it stuck in a rut where you think, oh, I have no confidence, I'm not brave, like I can't do this, I can't do that, because I think that we all have so much unlimited potential, and I don't know, sometimes we can't do it alone. We need others in our lives. We're not just, there's a reason why we aren't born just on our own, and like we do need others. I don't think we can do everything on our own, but bugs eating me. I don't believe that we can do everything on our own. I think that we do need each other, and we do need, for example, to pray. I believe in God, so I know that I can't do stuff on my own, but I think that God will give me the grace to do what needs to be done, and I think that we all need to realize that we are more powerful, have more potential than we often realize. So this is my inspiring video of the day. Bugs are trying to get to me, and I made a video with totally insanely unkept hair. My hair is so messy right now, but that's okay. Who cares about like society's standards of perfect hair? It's okay, wet hair, whatever. Okay, so I hope that you guys are all having a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, bye!